Ready to go? That's the question that everybody wants to know, right? Why did I decide to do this fight? I can speak for myself, but during COVID, didn't have access to those normal outlets for our emotions and for our physical health. And for me, a year of living in Los Angeles, I was, I think maybe for the first time in my life, I definitely was depressed. It was a health outlet. It was something for me to return to sport, which I loved, being a college athlete, being out of the gym for so long. And I mean, really it started as that. And as I began to grow in this journey, I began to meet guys in the gym that had such a different life than I did, and had such a different background than I did. And for me, it became more than just training, but a lot of it became, how can I love these dudes well, right? How can I care for them well? How can I honestly bring a little bit of faith in Jesus into this gym, not by shouting it all the time, but just by the way that I act. I'm not perfect. I know that I've messed up, but I try to live my life in a way that brings glory and witness to who God is. And so when those two things came together, it just became something that I loved so much. And when people heard that I was doing this fight, though, it was not always the most, I'd say, positive response. So there were a lot of people that honestly just thought that I shouldn't do it for my health, first and foremost. And I'm not here to be someone that's like, man, I can't believe that people are hating on me. That's not my perspective. I understand that there's a lot of people out there who care about my physical health and who care about the injuries that can be sustained in MMA, and I actually appreciate that. And I think because of their concern, they were very hesitant to support me at first. They were very hesitant to say that they thought it was a good idea, and that was hard. That was hard. There's some group of people out there that didn't understand how faith could mix with fighting, specifically how a college minister could be an example to his students, to my students, with fighting. And so that was something for me that was really big. And again, from this whole journey, I've been trying to integrate my faith into the fighting scene and not just make it about how good I am or how bad I am, but really about how the Lord has been strong for me in all of this. And I think that actually their doubt of faith helped me to actually search deeper. And as kind of the energy that wasn't always positive from others began to seep into my head, I began to think, can I really do this? But that's where I think the importance of community for me really came in. I mean, you guys have just been so amazing. I can count how many texts and DMs so many people sent me just saying, yo man, this is so awesome that you're doing this. It's inspiring that you're doing this. We're gonna follow you in this journey. I mean, that support of people rallying behind me, I think helped me to be able to believe, one, that I could do it, and also two, really just the idea that we're stronger together. I think my calling in life is to blend my mission with my passion. And my mission in life is to bring, right, the love of Jesus to all people. And my passion is athletics. And that's just been stirred up in me through this journey. And so to see how big God is, to see the depth at which he operates, to see him show up in other people coming and supporting me, to see him be present in the MMA fighting scene, it's just been something that I've learned. He's just so much bigger than we think he is. And so I think what I want to say to everybody else out there is, if you think that God is a small little thing, if you think that God has to fit inside of these four doors, if you think that God is just attending church, if you think that God is just reading your Bible, I'm not saying that those things are bad. But what I do want to tell you is that he's everywhere, right? When you're at work, he's with you. When you're doing that thing that you love, he's with you. Whether you're a doctor, whether you're a movie producer, right? Whether you work at McDonald's, no matter where you are, his presence is available to you. And so I encourage you, no matter where you're at, to be faithful to what God has called you to do. If you're faithful to that, man, your life has unbelievable, truly unbelievable things that God can do through you. And I think that that's led me to this final point, which is that if you know the unbelievable, you can live the unbelievable. To know the unbelievable is to know God. To live the unbelievable is to live for God, right? This thing that seems so crazy to believe in, the thing that can be hard to even really figure out in society, when you take the time to pursue that, to be known by God and to journey into that, man, your life can look unbelievable. And it might not look unbelievable by the standards of the world or the ways that other people say it, but you personally will know that you're living into your calling, that you're doing what God has called you to do. And no matter what that looks like, that's gonna be a blessing to you and to those around you. My name is Reese Foy, and my God is unbelievable.